You either die the hero or see yourself become the villain. Seen too many dark nights and like the way you're living. It got me living. The plot is vivid in the blast conditions. It's like you hopeless at the bar. Get a shot to giving. Neighbors not complicit. I can't blame them though. Remember as a youngin', I rep Detroit on my favorite coat. For around the hood, the kind that was only made for snow. Man's caught me slipping, he tripping over a radio. I was running track with the homies, I didn't know what to say because I thought he was joking. Behind his back he held a gauge, he decided to show me. In the midst of broad day, all out in the open. I was only 13, but it's relevant to today. Put a price on life, but negligent in their ways. Forget a slippery slope, it's a precipice that you face. And the president set the precedent, evident by your faith. For that cream, living in that fairy tale American dream. Kill it when you walking with a gangster lean. Even though you know they go, they all it seems. What you mean, what you doing for that cream? Living in that fairy tale American dream. Kill it when you walking with that gangster lean. We in between those kings and queens. In the city of schemes.
In the city they scheme.
I can still remember Kwame, only thing that he taught me. City government's busted, causing a kamikaze. Crime waves like tsunamis, they say they serving that white. Shopping breaks like karate. What's the prices for your vices? The sacrifices that you lie with every night. And sold your soul to that rock, you Jimi Hendrix when your life ends. If you ask me, man, I couldn't do it. Unity and community barely move as a unit. Unless you talking in decimals, everybody will tune in. I never moved to that music, you never see me approve it. So sorry if I'm not to that standard, I'm goody two-shoes. Pay expenses at someone's expense. Some families fiends, so how are they making they rent? Placing a bet for the rush of some luck, but it was something more like Russian roulette, and it got me upset. Living in that fairy tale American dream. Kill it when you walking with that gangster lean. Even though you know they go, they all it seems. What you mean, what you doing for that cream? Living in that fairy tale American dream. Kill it when you walking with that gangster lean. We in between those kings and queens in the city of schemes.
In the city they scheme.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the El Niño podcast. I'm Eladio Niño, and this is Real Everyday People. So first things first I want to get to is the expungement fair we just had at the DHDC. It was an absolute success, man. I am very proud of myself and my department, adult services. We took care of business. We threw a successful event, and a lot of people left there. We're very grateful. We're very happy. People who were able to get a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna shoot for the moon, man, and try to make it happen again, because I know everybody couldn't make it, man. But I'll tell you what, man, things are changing. Times have changed. Everybody's getting second chances, a second opportunity. So, go ahead and take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the community and everybody that, got benefited from that. But today, man, we're here to build with my brother, man, Jose Rivera. What's up with you, brother?
How you doing?
Man, I'm
glad
good.
to be back.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I couldn't wait to get you back on here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you were my first guest.
Yeah, I remember that.
You were my very first guest.
What was that, 2 years ago?
2.5 years
2.5
ago.
years ago.
Yeah, you were my very first guest, bro. So to have you back, feels really good. A lot has changed, a lot has happened, and we got a lot of catching up to do, bro.
Definitely.
We live hectic, busy lives, you know what I'm saying?
Very, very hectic.
But that's what it takes. That's what required, you know what I'm saying? When you want to get that W, man.
All day long, man. It's just a pleasure to be back, man. I appreciate you inviting me back. It's been a minute. It's glad to see that you still have the opportunity to invite me back. So it means you're doing well doing this. You've been successful with it. Proud of you, man. And it's lovely to be here and be a part of your 2.5 year celebration. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt, man. And I'm proud of that too, bro, because that's a huge commitment that I made to this, bro. You know what I mean? And this requires a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money. And
I'm loving the studio, man, too, man. I got to give
you
a lot of props
bro.
on this, man. The other one wasn't bad, but this is nice that it's yours. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you developed.
No doubt.
There's nothing better than reaping your own rewards, the benefits of your own rewards, so it's like, man, to come see this and come to life and you know.
I know, bro.
Hey, I'm happy for you, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
Man,
for real,
thank
man.
you,
know what
thank
I'm
you,
saying?
bro. I really appreciate it, man. And you know, I'm you know, I always love being with you, kicking with you, building with you, having you here at my home, and you know, just sharing my blessings with you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Likewise.
And you know, I just every day I start my life with gratitude, dog, because there was once upon a time, bro, we were living in a 2-man cell, living out of a high school Foot Locker.
Yep,
You know what
yep,
I'm saying?
yep. I remember them days.
And you know, that was our whole life. You know what I'm saying?
All the time, all
That was
day
everything
long.
we had. So anything past that, bro, I'm grateful for,
Yep.
and I'm proud of. You know, successfully completing parole, just successfully maintaining a job. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying, for 3 years already, and building, bro, building. You know,
Networking.
putting the pieces
Networking.
back together, man.
Yep.
And you know, because I tell people all the time, bro, I don't care. You can give a guy all the resources, a job, certificates, certifications. You can give him a car. You can give him everything that he needs to be successful. But if that person is not willing or ready or committed to success,
Then,
and
it's not gonna happen.
it's not going to happen.
Doesn't
You know
matter. It
what I
doesn't
mean?
matter. You can give them everything you want. You can put it right in front of his face. You
Yep.
can give someone an exuberant amount of money, and that same person, if they're not ready to invest it properly, they're just gonna blow it. I mean,
Yeah.
the value of money, you know, has diminished gratefully. You know, everything's more expensive now. So I could have $50,000 today, and I can guarantee you that, you know, I could be broke in 3 months. You know, if less than that. You know, just
Yeah.
because of, you know, my rationale ain't right, or because I just don't have any kind of, you know, idea, desire, or want other than just to floss, dress fresh, get some Jordans, and you know, be out stunting. So
Yeah, I mean, and that's always been a big issue with our community is, you know, priorities, bro. You know,
Big time.
prioritizing. I mean, I've seen money help enhance the quality of life for people, but I've also seen money destroy a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Big time.
And it's sad and it's unfortunate because, you know, money is just a tool, bro.
It
You
is.
know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And it is supposed to enhance your quality of life. It's supposed to contribute to your well-being. But the value that people put on money, the way they prioritize it, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying money ain't necessary, bro, you know what I mean? Because it moves mountains around out here, you know?
All the time,
But
yep.
at the end of the day, though, it can't be number one. It can't even be number two. You know what I'm saying? Like, money is just a byproduct of the work, man. This is just the fruit of the labor.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
a
what I
means
mean?
to an end. You know, hopefully, you know, it's like, you know, for me, man, it's for the purpose of security. You know, for my future. You know, I grind, I hustle. You know, and you know, my biggest thing is, you know, I'm trying to stack so that when I am a little older and retire, I got a little cushion. You know, guys like me and you, we lost years. You know, we lost many years.
Many years,
Because of
bro.
incarceration. So it's not that we got to try to make up, but we at least got to try to make up for as much as we can, so that when we are ready to retire, that you know, we can live as comfortably as we possibly can.
And you know what, bro? I just I grew up poor, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got a single mother raising 3 boys. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's how I got off into crime and selling drugs and doing shit, because of being poor, because of poverty, trying to chase a dollar. And even when I did get the money, I didn't know what to do with it, because I was never taught to plan for the future, save money for the future. Like, bro, we were poor. Our only mission was to get through the day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Struggling, you know what I mean? Like, we were just, it was normal for us, bro.
Yeah.
So that's really was my only mission in life, dog, is that I just don't want to have to worry about bills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember like my mom crying about not being able to make a house payment, or, you know, we've had our lights and shit cut off before, bro. And, you know, it was just that hard. And really, it's like, now that's just the life that I want to live. Even though, like, today I just live check to check, bro. But I'm okay with it because I got everything I need. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You got your health, you got your freedom. You know, you don't have anyone breathing down your neck about, you know, stupid stuff or things that we think are stupid. It's not by the, you know, by the status quo of the system. You know, we can live freely. You know, you're off paper, so you are a free man. You know, you're free to do what you want to do, and you know, you with your spare time, this is what you do. You know what I'm saying? You try to give back to the community. You've been, giving back by, expressing other people's lives and how, they've come up. I mean, you give back in many different ways, so it's just like, instead of getting out there hustling, doing illegal stuff, you in here, you're doing positive things to try to encourage others to show others that there is a different way. 'Cause back when we were kids and we were younger, how many times did we look at it like, that's all I know? That's all I know. All I know is the streets. All I know is the streets. But in reality, that's all we seen. So that's all that we came accustomed to. Yeah. So we gravitated towards it.
And it was normal, bro. Yeah. Like, everybody lived.
Everybody did it.
Like outlaws, bro. Nobody had no insurance. Everybody was, had their priorities messed up, but it was normal. We was a mess.
Normalcy. It was normalcy for us.
And we knew it and we didn't care.
Yeah. It was normalcy for us. Yeah.
And, I just everything that I've been through, bro, I just be grateful, to be able to build and discover myself and my capacity to be able to have control over the decisions I make in my life and my path, bro, because, before I had, for me personally, I was gang affiliated. So that's serving one master. Yeah. Now I'm selling drugs. That's another master, trying to, take care of my, my brothers, my mom, my family, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like pulled in every different direction, bro. Yeah. And, now I live a very purposeful life. I'm, driven by just redemption, wanting to just right my wrongs, but it's very natural. It's very easy for me because it's natural because, I've always been a nurturer. I've been raised to nurture, what I mean?
For sure.
And a lot of people may argue that, a woman can't raise a boy to be a man, but the difference is my mother raised me to be a good person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In general.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't have my father bringing me up either, not that I take anything away from him because he raised, my brothers and sisters while, before I was even born. And, but at the same time, I was raised by my mom. And, like you said, there's qualities that, you get from your mother that still make you, the man that we are today. How to be compassionate. There's things that your mother can show you, nurturing, how to be respectful towards women, what you should and shouldn't say. So there's things that, when they say that, in a sense it's accurate, but then again, your mother gives you a lot of great qualities because that's where you come from, so I'm grateful to my mom for all the things that she showed me. She's not here with us today, but rest in peace. But I'm grateful for all the qualities that I got from my mother.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. And salute to all the mothers and the single mothers that took care of their business.
The hardest job on the planet,
man. Women in general, they killing it right now, man.
It's the hardest job on the planet, man. It is. They get scrutinized for a lot of different things, and it's not fair because we're not in their shoes, but it is one of the hardest jobs, I think, because it doesn't come with instructions. There's no one telling you, this is what you got to do. This is how it should be done. There's someone that tells you, what we think you should do in these stages of your child's life. But at the end of the day, it's not always the same. It's not the same blueprint for every child. So it's hard.
And it's crazy because, literally, bro, as a child, I have been around and seen so many things that I should have never been exposed to.
Right,
you know what
for
I'm
sure.
saying? I'm talking about from drugs to violence to adults having sex to, just sex abuse, just everything, bro. You know what I mean? Like gang violence, like, as a child, so it was like normal. Like,
as you come up,
I thought that what I was what I was always going to be in life, man. You know? And then I discovered myself. And in prison.
And in prison. At that. It took me twice to be incarcerated to actually discover who I really wanted to be and what I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. At first it was just like, I'll just figure out a different way to do it. I made the excuse, if he wouldn't have told on me, I wouldn't have got caught, but that's just, plain as day, if I wasn't selling dope, I wouldn't have got caught, so, we always come up with those things, but like you said, it was, not until my second, time of being incarcerated that I just say, man, I'm done with all that. I had to find myself mentally, spiritually, had to find out who I really was, who I wanted to be, what I wanted to be. And it took that. It really took me being incarcerated, you know, because I learned so much. You know, we all went through the Chance for Life program, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that program really,
cold program,
I'm not going to lie, man. I can't take nothing from it, you know.
Nothing, bro.
I'm sorry,
Oh, my
thing.
bad.
No, you
Shit,
good.
bro.
I can't take nothing from the program, bro. The program was helpful in so many ways. It gave me insight. It gave me the opportunity to actually see some of the errors in thinking, you know, to become a critical thinker, you know. So I mean,
effective communicator, anger management,
like, all that stuff.
Like, bro, you know.
Yeah. So I mean,
and we went through that experience together, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
it was like me and you was there at the same time. We, you know, everyone was, you know, we became facilitators. We became people who, you know, would give, you know, hopefully a little direction into the class to make others feel comfortable. So I mean, you know, you kind of find yourself and say, hey, you know what? I do have a voice, you know, so it's like I do have a, you know, way about myself. You know, I carry myself in a certain way, and you know, people are accepting of it. So, you know, it helped a lot, man. I mean, if it wasn't for prison, I guess.
My boy Boo just told me the other day, man, because he seen me on the news the other day. I was at the press conference with Coleman Young Jr. and you know, the mayor, the deputy mayor, and Mary Sheffield, and all this. You know, I'm with him. I'm speaking, sharing my story. And he's like, damn, bro, like that's like the 4th time I've seen you on the news this year. He's like, I'm proud of you, but he's like, you would have never became this had you would have not went to prison,
right,
bro. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the truth, bro. Like,
had we not come across that Chance for Life program, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what the turning.
That too.
That was the turning point.
That too.
That was the turning point. Mm-hmm. That's what turned. You know, Johnny was the one that got me into it. Mercado.
Yeah, Mercado.
And he kept telling me, "Oh, why don't you come to this class, bro?" I'm like, "Man, get on with that, bro. You know, leave me alone with that program." And then I see him on the yard again, and bro, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm about to hit the weight pit. Man, come to this class 7 o'clock, and I'm like, bro, I'm good on that, you know. And he was persistent about it. So that's what made me go, because I was like, God, bro, I've known this brother for so many years. Let me at least go see what he's talking about.
We ended up running,
and we ended up running the program.
Me, you, Rick Speck, Mario,
Bueno,
Lucy Barra. We ended up running the whole program, bro. Man, shout out to Deputy Riley. You know what I'm saying?
He hit me up on Facebook.
Man, he's such a good, solid dude, man. I have so much respect, man. Appreciate you for everything and every opportunity that he gave us.
Definitely,
man, for real,
because if it
bro.
wasn't for him, we would have never met Miguel Reyes.
Maximo
Anguino. We would have never met them brothers, and it was a whole blessing.
And we plugged in with them now.
Still, I just seen Miguel the other day. I've seen him. I think it was what's today? Monday. I seen him Saturday, right, or Sunday? Yeah, I seen him Saturday. He had some event. He invited me to with you know, he's had a Pistons event or something like that at La Licencia, the new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had an event there and sent me an invite. I went up there real quick. We chilled up there. Me and my girl went up there. We chilled. And Damasio, you know, artist.
Shout out to the culture creators.
Yeah,
man.
the culture creators, definitely.
Yeah, them boys doing their thing. They're doing their thing, man.
They're doing a lot
much
of promotions.
Love, much respect.
Doing a lot of promotions.
Yeah, for sure, man. I love it, bro.
Yeah,
when I'm around at like Southwest Fest, bro, I was just so filled with joy because everybody was just showing love and showing support for one another.
As it should be,
bro.
As it should be.
I loved it, dog.
As it
for
should
real,
be.
man.
That's
And
exactly
I
how
love
it
seeing
should
it
be.
like that because when we grew up in the 90s
wasn't like that.
at Holy Redeemer or Clark Park, somebody getting shot, punched,
stabbed,
beat up, stabbed.
Every,
you know what I'm saying? You can count on that every time.
Every time, you know. Every time when you go to your mind, like, where you going to the festival? Oh, be careful. You
We
know, there's
was
always
terrible.
fights up there.
37 deep.
Yeah. Everybody go up there, yeah. It was bad, man.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
So.
And you don't realize how terrible you are. Because, you know, I hear a lot of people our age, oh, these young boys, they crazy. Crazy. I'm looking like, man,
we lived through
forget
an
about
era,
the shit you done did. I done seen you punch everybody. man.
It was like that. It was, you know, I never got involved with the actual gang activity, but it was there. You know, we was part of it. You know, I was always selling drugs, so you know, it was all went in line with each other.
Drug activity, gang
activity.
You know, it's tied to
the
gang.
game. You know, so
yeah, no doubt.
You know, it's all the same. You know, you got one side with this, one side with that. You know, it's just, you know, it's a neutral thing. But you know, I lived through it. You know, so you know, and you learn from it. You learn a lot from it. You know, just like when you're incarcerated. You know, the rules you got to follow, the things that you got to respect. You know, and you know, it's a learning lesson, man. It kind of, you know, that street knowledge with that, you know, maturity in life. It's a good combo.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I just really, man. Remember, I ended up catching that case, bro. I ended up catching that case, and and it was crazy. I was so ashamed of myself, Jose, because everything Deputy Riley did.
You was a pillar. You was a pillar.
I was a pillar, bro, for real, man. And it was just like a slap in the face, even for my family, bro.
Wasn't you the president of LAFA?
Yeah.
I was chairman. You was president.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, and they couldn't believe it.
No, it was weird.
And that's when I was like, I got more work to do, bro, because it's straddling the fence shit. I'm
Ain't
over
working.
here in class talking all this positive shit and all this transforming your mind, and then I'm hitting the yard serving packs of heroin and shit. Mickey Mouse shit,
You
bro.
were serving 2 masters again.
That justifying we got to eat and because I was always trying to our people didn't always have
it.
So I'm trying to make it happen for all of us. You know what I mean? And shit, bro, the shit bit me in the ass, but it's one of the best things that happened to me because that's when I really hit rock bottom internally. And then bounce back off of it with a whole new value system, bro.
Because you were supposed to come home 17, right?
In 17,
but then you came home in 18, right?
19.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
because they gave me a year for the dope case, and then the parole board flopped me for catching it, so I ended up doing 2 extra years. You know how my family, my mother,
I know because your mom was coming to see you all the time.
They were in tears, crying, hurt. Like, how could you? We're over here sending you secure packs and visiting, and you're here
making
doing
sure
this
you're good
shit.
and you're doing
and
it.
I'm like, man, they're right, man. Like, I need to change. I need to do something different. And not only that, but what I'm doing to myself, I'm enduring all this suffering because of my decisions.
And in there, you didn't think you would be doing this, though, did you?
No.
Right?
But everything that I learned from in there, I am applying
right
today,
here.
bro.
Exactly.
I swear to God.
Exactly.
And boo, you was right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, had I would have not went through that shit in there, bro, I would not be where I'm at today.
I wouldn't be a business owner if it wasn't for that, bro. I wouldn't be.
Bro, I just found all my folders and paperwork
with your drawings
when you were teaching the business class
in
prison,
yeah,
bro.
I remember that. Yeah.
You were talking about mortgages, percentages, and all this. You had knowledge, bro, and you shared it with all the brothers.
Right.
You held classes in there, bro.
Yeah, that was a class that we proposed to Deputy Riley about, because growing up, let's just say in our community, right, or how we did. No one really told us how to buy a house, what you needed to buy and to qualify to buy a home, so it's like everyone's always talking about what they want to do when they get out, what they would like to do. I want to buy a house and things of that nature, but you don't have that knowledge, and me being in the mortgage business, I just proposed it to the deputy, and he was like, yeah, go ahead, show me the curriculum, because information is useless if you just keep it for yourself.
Absolutely.
So if I got a knowledge that I can pass on to try to help, educate a few people on how to get them ahead, because that's one of the biggest investments you're going to make of your life. So I just wanted to give that information on, at least give somebody or everyone that was in the class, because we had an overwhelming response to the class, and we had to just chop it down into different classes. And he had to actually take the post down because he was like, we got too many people that want to take the class, which was a beautiful thing because it showed that everyone wanted to learn. So, it's something that you need to know, because, you think that the system works this way to buy a home, but in reality, it's a long, drawn out process. So, just to have a heads up on it is something that, could help anybody out,
But see, it's a lot of people who won't share that knowledge because they feel like they're more valuable with this knowledge and not sharing it with others.
Right.
I feel like my whole purpose in obtaining knowledge is to distribute and share. Each one teach one. You know what I'm saying?
Once again, it's pointless if you
I
have
feel
it
like that's the most valuable because I'm
Yeah.
investing in people who can share this for generations to come.
Because to have it, what are you doing with it? It depends on what you're doing with it.
Well, somebody feel there's people who feel like if I know something you don't know, that
then
means
makes me smarter. you know what I'm saying?
Smarter, better,
worth
more.
more. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you don't know what that is? Oh, that's that's messed up. No, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem saying I don't know.
Man, I swear to God, you took the words out of my mouth, bro. Because
that's because we both in that class.
A lot of people. When I was younger, bro, I didn't ask questions because I didn't want to look stupid.
But at the end of the day, it's the smart man.
Now I ask all the questions
questions
because I'm like, that's the only way I'm going to learn.
It's the only way I'm going to find out.
I feel more stupid now if I don't ask
the question. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I just want to know, what's the perspective? What's your idea? Why did you say that? So it's just, you have to ask, a closed mouth don't get fed, whether it's with food or with knowledge, So if I don't understand something that you're expressing to me, if I don't know what you're saying and I don't ask, hey, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Or what are you trying to convey? Then I'm the one losing out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm trying to figure out where I got that shit from, though. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, like, you feel less than, to reveal. You feel like it's a weakness.
Yeah, ego.
If I don't know, that makes me dumb or stupid or weak, so I can't reveal that.
Well, kids are are mean at 12 and 10. They're like, hey, teacher, I don't know this. You're stupid. So now you're like, oh, I'm not gonna do that because they would just tease Timmy. So I don't want to do it. So it's, you know what I mean. It's just you start seeing and
I knew a few Timmy.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean, bro. So it's just like, I don't want to be dumb. I don't want to be stupid, like you said, man. But to me, man, knowledge is important. I didn't know how to do anything I'm doing today without searching and researching, information. And we both know that, information is just information until you apply it, and then when you apply it, it's wisdom.
Absolutely. And listen, bro, just the process. Like if you look back from where we were to where we're at today, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even when you did, look at how big of a deal it was for you when you were on Michigan and Apple Street.
Oh yeah,
a little corner, but you slapped. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You slapped,
and I sacrificed a lot.
Yeah,
I sacrificed a lot being over there. The home. I had a house that I was living in, and I moved into the building, and that building dark. It was, gloomy.
Yeah.
It didn't have the yard that the other house had. It didn't have the nice little finished basement. It didn't have the central air. It was nothing like that.
You had to improvise.
You had to improvise because not everybody sees things the way that you do. Your perspective, your vision is different. So I don't see a Niño podcast the way you seen it. It was your vision. So sometimes you got to bring it to fruition so that people can see what you're talking about. Oh, that's what you meant. Well, why did you do that? Because now look where I'm at because of these sacrifices. Some people won't give up the luxury of a plush home and just to follow a dream. And at that time I was just like, it is what it is.
I understand life.
For sure.
It's processed the way that it works.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. I understand, the flesh. I understand the spirit. I understand.
You woke, like my son say.
Woke. Baby. Woke.
He always tells me, I'm woke, Dad. I'm like, okay, yeah.
I know what's going on, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a good thing. That's being in touch with yourself, who you are, and where you want to go, where you want to be at in life, and you, instead of, you're a problem solver, so you find a way to get to where you want to be versus complaining about it and just not doing nothing about it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you
and that's why you're here, though. That's why we're here. That's why you got all this equipment. That's why you got the studio in your basement. You got a beautiful brand new home. You got a studio down in your basement with the man cave.
No
because
doubt.
Of what? Because you set forth your vision and said, this is what I got to do. It's problem solving.
Ain't no doubt about it, bro.
You knew what you had to do and you did it.
And I live better than I've ever lived in my life.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too. I'm not even going to lie.
And, but now that I see what I can do.
Oh, yeah.
I want to just reach my full potential, bro.
For sure.
I want to maximize my potential.
You want a legacy.
Yeah.
Everyone should have one. I would love to have one for my kids and for, our community as well. You want to leave behind something positive, or some kind of backstory, what your life meant other than just you were here, you came, and now you're gone. The way I look at it,
bro, I think of our community, rest in peace, Tim, man.
For sure. For sure, definitely rest in peace, bro.
I was sad, bro. I was sad.
We lose a lot of good people.
Welcome home, Brutus. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome home. I heard he was home.
Much love to you, and it's a cycle.
It's a cycle. It's a cycle.
It's a cycle, man.
Yeah.
We celebrating life. We celebrating death. We grieving.
Yeah.
We crying. We hugging. We thugging. We,
right.
You know what I'm saying? We grinding. It's just,
at the drop of a dime, you could be in a situation that can take all this away. You know what I mean? It just how the cycle is, you know.
And I don't take nothing for granted, Jose, but I'll tell you what, bro. If I died tomorrow, bro, I'd die a happy man.
Happy man, yeah.
Because I know that every day I did my best, bro.
Your conscience
you know
is free.
Saying?
Your conscience is free. You know, and that's how I feel right now because, back when I was younger, doing all the things I did, man, I never thought I'd be in the position I am today. I got a clear head. I got a good job. I've been owning my business right now, going on 5 years next year.
Good for you, bro.
Thank you, bro. I'm trying to keep going. I'm not gonna lie, it's rough, it's hard because it's just me. Sometimes I get help. It's up and down. It's a rough road. It's 15 hours a day. It's work. You got a relationship. You got kid relationship. You got many things that are factors. So it's hard to do what we do. You got this as well as your ceasefire. You got other things going on. I got this. I got my clothing line. So it's not easy, man. But
no,
it's
bro,
just you got to stay committed. Being committed keeps me away from everything else. From all the dumb stuff. Things that can get me in trouble or some other stuff. I just try to stay focused on the picture ahead of me.
And then it's like we, as business people, in the business I'm in the business you're in, we're people pleasers.
Yeah, for sure.
Me, I'm an outreach worker. I deal with the community and all their problems. So my job is to go out here and help people fix problems.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Being connected to people and just in general, serving them with resources, with time, with energy. It's not easy because you try to make everybody happy. I'm constantly pouring into myself with the DHDC. I do my work with the ceasefire, with my podcast, personal life, social. I'm being married. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
There's a lot of commitments. That's like when I was telling you I started this podcast. Like we had to sit down and talk about this shit because this was going to consume
a lot of your time.
Going to consume time and life, and but this is something that's a part of me, bro, and I believe in what I'm doing, and I just love though to see us where we are today, bro. You know what I mean?
It's hard, man, because others feel like they suffer because of what you do, and our commitment is so strong. You're committed to what you're doing, although it's just your vision. You feel strong about it. You're passionate about it. You started it, so you want to finish it out now. It's like me. I've been starting my clothing brand. I want to see it, and finish it out. So it's it's a part of me. Even when don't have my store open, I'm at home, still working, thinking about ideas, drawing new ideas. I'm on an iPad, I'm on, paper or whatever I get to draw, man. That's what I do. I'm always busy and constantly on the go with, my business all the time because you got to push forward all the time. You got to be creative. You got to, stay in tune. It's a constant thing, man. It's just always going, my whole mission with podcasting and everything that I do in general, is purpose driven. All the time.
And, that was my problem before. A lot of us is we were all about feeding the flesh. We always wanted to control everything and do what we thought was best. And, and you see where that shit got us.
Yeah.
So I live a life, where I am guided by the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? And, I got a relationship with God, the higher power, however you see it. But that's how I know that everything that is happening is right, is correct. Yeah. I just follow a path of righteousness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And just do what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got that. It's like that little voice in your head. You know, it's like you don't really hear a voice, but it's something that's guiding you. You know, everyone, like you said, you spiritual. I believe in the universe. You know what I'm saying? I had a saying that, you know what I'm saying, the universe is always on my side. But it's not because of any arrogance. It's because of the path that I'm following that was meant for me, in a sense. You know, it's always, I try to be positive. I try to do anything positive. I try to stay positive. I try to be a positive role model, especially to my kids. You know, and it's always hard for them, especially having two grown men. You know, my kids one's gonna be 19 and one's 20, so it's a battle. You know, all the time because you know they're going through the things that this society is showing them, and it's different from ours. You know, it's totally different. You know, with social media and things of that nature. So, I mean,
you know, even today, my wife, she asked me. She says, do you wish you would have waited? You know. And I said, baby, hell no. Everything has happened just the way it's supposed to.
Exactly.
And that's why I feel so confident every day where I'm at and where I'm headed because I know that I am driven by righteousness, by God, by the Spirit, by the universe. I don't do things that are my ideas.
Right.
I do what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what makes me feel every day that what I went through, the suffering I endured, was not for nothing. It was not for nothing. It was purpose for that. And I want to fulfill my purpose.
Yeah, for sure. There's a reason for everything. You know, it's got to, like you said, it's definitely purposeful. Being incarcerated, the purpose for me was to get my life together in general. You know, all the time I always thought that selling drugs was the ultimate escape. You know, if you needed, $2,000 for deposit for a house, hey, I'll just get some more work and I come up with the $2,000. You know, if you needed $1,500 for whatever, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sell more work. I get out and hustle more, and then there's my answer. It became the answer to everything, and that's all we saw was that quick buck, And like I said, is just a certain understanding for the value of money and the time that you put in to earn what you earn. Before it was just,
But you know what's crazy though, Jose? We're utilizing the same skills.
Same concept. The same
to
concept.
do what we're doing today and winning.
Nino, you remember when I first started?
We ain't
I didn't have
shit.
a building. I didn't have a store. I had boxes in my trunk and my little minivan when I first got out that I was pushing, and I would show people or tell people about, So it was the same concept, just like when you got that, same product. Hey, I got this work. This is what it is. I got this. I got that. So it's the same concept. You're still using those tenacious ways to get, someone's attention and say, this is the product. This is what I got. I hope you support me with this, And if they do, they do. And if they don't, they don't.
And you know what's crazy, Jose? I was there. I was in the joint with you. Yeah. Babe, bring me that picture that's on the wall. It's of his comic book. It's right there in front of you. El Barrio. It's right under the Boys in the Hood poster. And then bring me that T-shirt on that chair over there. The thing, please and thank you. But the thing about it is, I was there with you, bro. You would invest you were the laundryman in your unit, and every time I looked in the window, you were sitting at the table drawing, writing, doing
one or the other,
Come out, give a nigga a hug. What's up? You
whatever,
straight?
bro,
You good, baby?
Yep.
Okay, yep. I'm in here working on this.
Yep.
Thank you, baby. Good wife. But El Barrio.
Yeah.
El Barrio. This is tell them what this is.
Man, Barrio was a concept that I came up with while I was locked up, man, because I wanted to figure out so many different ways to stay off the streets when I got home, hopefully to maintain a monetary, blessing, and also put something out that was meaningful, which is Barrio, which, we really didn't have a Latino comic book come out of Southwest.
We had Menudo.
Exactly. Yeah. We got Dora, which is, a good thing. Dora the Explorer. And, even Marvel came out with
we got
Spider-Man. Remember, he's Spider-Man Miles, but he's half, African-American and half Puerto Rican. But it's just a concept I came up with, man. It was just, it's stories. It's out of Southwest. been Southwest all my life. I mean, you know, it's just tales of, you know, Latino mischief that happens, you know, to the little boys as they grow up, and, you know, a bunch of bochinche and a bunch of, you know, this and that. So it's a good concept.
And he been creating this since we were in the joint.
Yeah, I started creating El Barrio like in 2012, 13.
And what about the characters?
The characters are people that I actually know. You know, I switch things around a little bit, but Mario, which is the main protagonist, he is a friend of mine. He's a friend of ours. He's actually he works on, what is it, Central, right? Yeah, Little Mario. And for the release, he was there, and I told him about it when he was incarcerated. He said, "Yeah, man, go ahead, fly with it, bro." You know, so every character in there is based off of someone I know or, you know, was close to. So all 7 main characters are created by me and illustrated and finalized by Sam Soto. Big props to Sam Soto for taking this project on. He lives in California. He is a good friend of mine, and
he was supporting you even in there, right?
Yeah, we would JPay each other on sketches. You know, he would sketch something and he'd send it to me through JPay. You know, I would confirm, deny, or adjust and say, hey, you know, well, this needs to change, or can you do this, or things of that nature. I loved his skill. I loved what he did. He used to draw flyers for us before for house parties.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Edgar, who was like, hey, man, why don't you talk to Sam? I did, and he liked the concept. I actually sent him a whole script that I wrote, and he was like, I like what you got going on.
That's sweet.
He was like, I'm on board with it. So.
And shout out to the DHDC.
Yep.
They let us, you know, utilize the space to do the
release.
The release of the magazine.
We had 100 copies that we had, limited 100 copies. We sold out, and but we got another, I believe, 30 or 50 copies coming that we're gonna also sell, because I got a lot of people still asking for it.
Okay.
So I'll have about another 30 or 50 copies. They may not be signed, but because we want to keep it as a limited edition for the first 100.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I got mine. Mine's number 41.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's dope, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks,
and then I'm just glad that, you know, I was there to just see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See it from
Luce
the
was
beginning
a part of that
stage.
too, though. Luce Ibarra.
Yeah.
Luce Ibarra drew my first sketches for them. For
Oh,
the
did he?
characters.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Luce sat out in front of C Unit when he was in C Unit.
Mm-hmm.
And me and him sat out there, and he drew some characters out for me. When he drew the characters out for me, I got them on JPay. Somehow, I forgot how I got them copied on there, man. I made a copy. I sent them to my boy in Cali, and we adjusted everything, and that's how that started. But Luce was a part of that first beginning when I first started.
That's dope, man.
So big ups to Luce Ibarra for taking that time out as well.
Yeah,
man.
no doubt. Look what it just manifested into,
sure.
man.
So this is the actual comic, and we have shirts and everything, man. It's pretty dope.
So let's talk about the business of Detroit Forever, man.
Yeah,
I see
man.
you got this.
This is
sweet.
Yeah, this is,
I love it.
Yeah, this is,
We got this, my man. You came through.
Came through.
Bless me.
Yeah.
Bless me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it, man. Talk about the business, the ideas, the creativity, where it came from.
Well, you know, Detroit Forever. I started it back 2017. I started the business in 18. It's still going strong. You know, I'm still doing well with it. That shirt I brought you particularly was just, actually, man, that was just something I drew. I thought it was pretty sweet, so I just put it on the shirt. It is definitely a play on Versace for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I just did on my own. I changed it up.
I love it,
So
though.
throughout the snake, you see, throughout the snake scales, it all says Detroit Forever through the snake scales.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, so just to
that's
be
sweet.
creative. So I did that. It is just another something to put on the tee that I thought was pretty sweet. You know, just one of those type of things.
Man, I need my Heart Plaza t-shirt.
I got
man.
that
That boy
Heart Plaza,
sweet, man.
Yeah, your Heart, actually that shirt's selling real well as well. I
That
did the Heart
boy's
Plaza
cold,
tee,
man.
and it's doing well. I haven't seen anyone do a Heart Plaza recently or anything like that, so I just said, you know what, why not do Heart Plaza?
Man, we got so many memories from
Heart
being
Plaza.
kids,
Yeah,
youth,
remember that?
even just youth. You know, young.
I remember I was
like,
dancing Mexican music at Heart Plaza when I was
For
about
real?
8 or 9 years old with Evelyn Burgos. If you're watching this, I know you remember.
For real?
Yeah,
Dang.
bro. I was dancing Zapateo, bro. You know, down at the
You was
Heart
a
Plaza.
charro up in there. Okay,
yeah.
then.
You know, I was a little dark, but it was all right.
No,
But
man,
yeah,
them were the
man.
times, bro. I
It was
remember
nice,
that.
man. It was good. Also, this is This is my newer brand, man. This is like a little bit more upscale brand. It's going to be all custom. Motor
That
cylinder.
boy feel nice
Yeah.
and thick. Perfect time.
Real thick. It's all custom. So this is a cut and sew item. You know what that means?
Nope.
Cut and sew item, basically, it's a huge fabric. It's manufactured. Those are just tees that I print on. These are manufactured. Those are just screen printed on. By this being manufactured, it's a cut and sew item. So everything on here is cut and put together. So they cut the pattern for this, the neckline, everything is cut and sew items. So these are manufactured in Pakistan.
Are they fitted? Like,
Yeah,
because like I wear a 2X, but
yeah. They're kind of they're more of a loose,
you know how
the
that
tight
go.
fit. How everyone's wearing a little bit tight, so they you might need a little adjustment, or you might need to go up a 3. But they are, but they are they're true to size.
Okay, all right,
I'll put the cotton up against anything.
yeah.
No,
it looks like
it's
I like it. It's good quality.
Yeah.
It's sweet. I love the design.
This is
Motor City Millionaires, man.
Yeah, and everyone's like, I had a few people say, well, I'm not a millionaire, so we know that, you know what I'm saying? But the whole mindset of, wanting to be,
I want to
or
be
your
a
desire,
millionaire. That's why I play
or
the lottery.
You may not even,
I
you may
hope
not
my
even
talent
become
gets
one.
me there.
You may not even become one, but guess what? You know what I'm saying? You might hustle like one. You might grind like one. You might get up every morning and go to work and do your side hustle like a millionaire, because it's not easy for them to where they got unless they was given that silver spoon. There's guys that, got a lot of money, but the more money you make, the more you spend as well. You got more bills, if you can afford a $5,000, $2,000, a month house, you're going to do that, So now you got to keep that up, So your lifestyle is different when you make more money. So, the concept is just,
Shit, everybody in the hood live like they millionaires. Shit.
Yeah, I mean,
You seeing y'all at Annex and
yeah. I've been there a couple times, but
Mally's and shit. Y'all
Mally's
got
and
y'all
shit,
Sunday's best on.
Yeah. And it's the concept, the whole concept of, when you think about it as, being from the hood, we love to dress. As Latinos, we love to dress. We love to, stunt. We like to have our shine. We want to be seen. But yeah, like I said, this is my higher end brand. I got jeans coming out under this brand as well.
What inspired you to?
Oh man,
to break that threshold, man.
I don't know if you had. I think we talked about this before. Most clothing lines, local brands, don't have a very long life expectancy. Although I'm doing well with Detroit Forever, I wanted something with less volume, better quality, and something that people can look at as custom, so that there's aren't 20, 30 people wearing the same thing. It's kind of like I wouldn't say Gucci or nothing like that, but I mean, it's limited. So with that, there's going to be hundreds of prints. With Motor City Millionaire, you're going to get what you get. If I order 60 custom, that's 60 custom. And you're not gonna have,
it's a wrap
and that's a
scheme.
wrap. You can't come in like you do with the Detroit Forever. Detroit Forever, you can walk in and say, "Hey, I need orange and blue to match these.
Yeah, you can get your shit
Air
done
Max.
right then and there.
Give me 5 minutes, and I'll print you out one." That's not gonna be this way with this. This is all custom.
So I have to pre-order a 2X.
For this,
Yeah.
no, they'll be here. I got a lot of stuff coming from this. We're gonna have this is
Okay.
gonna be a whole line.
Cause that boy is cold.
Thank you, bro.
And you hitting off, like you hitting off
Yeah,
them.
with the Louis.
Them are customized.
Yeah, these are custom as well.
Them boys are
this shirt
cold.
also is custom with, if you look at the back, to keep it with originality. You see how the tag is black?
Oh yeah, yo.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
That's sweet. That's
that-
yours.
Yeah. If the black ain't there, then it's not an original tee. It's not an original sweater. So I don't.
Pasa la palabra.
So yeah, it just I mean, I know there's a lot of hustlers, man. There's movers and shakers in Southwest, man. That concept is it's the mentality, man. I'm not a millionaire. I'm nowhere near a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? But I grind like I'm one. I try to get up. I get up every day. I hustle. I go to my store. As soon as I get off work, I go right to my shop. So
I just be trying to get, the people from the neighborhood to tap into themselves and realize that they don't have to take these penitentiary risks every day.
Nah.
I mean, it does take a little longer, but it's worth it because I'll tell you what, bro, by the time I made it to prison, bro, the police had took everything from me, bro. Everything. I didn't have nothing legit, no receipts,
Right.
no job, no paychecks, no. They took everything from me, everything, bro.
And don't forget, the United States incarcerates more than anybody in the United States combined. I mean, in the world combined.
Yeah.
You know, we incarcerate more than anyone in the world combined. So I mean, you got to think about it. The more laws they make, the more criminals they create. So they're making laws all the time. You know, and it's, you know, to protect them. You know, it ain't to protect us. You know, so.
But now they can't take what I got though. Everything I got is legit.
It's legit. Mm-hmm.
I got 3 years of working straight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Direct deposit, you know, like, you know, I got something solid, and I got more now than I ever. Even when I was selling drugs, I didn't even live this good. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I just be trying to be an example, you know, for our people to show them that there's other ways. You know, that's good that you got the skills, but apply it to something different, something more prosperous, something that ain't gonna get you killed or, you know, risk your family's safety or well-being or put you in prison. You know what I mean?
When I came home and I started doing the Detroit Forever or whatever, I've had several guys come up to me and say, "Hey man, I wanted to start a t-shirt business 5 years ago." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "Well, what stopped you?" You know what I mean? So if you have that desire, you have that want, you have that need, get up and do it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing stopping you. I mean, I started Detroit Forever with $450. You know, I mean, it was a good week at work. I was working at the moving company, and I took that money and I, you know, went and got some shirts made, and it was like, you know, pound the pavement. Hey, bro, what's up? What are you doing? You know, someone come by real quick. Remember these shirts I was talking about in the joint? You said you was going to support. There it is, you know. And, you know, it does take a little bit of, swallowing that pride, because now you just banging shirts, you know. You ain't, you know, that nigga with the, you know, with that bread, you know, the dough. It ain't that no more. It's like, you know, hey, I got this business, I got this clothing line, you know, and it's hard to sell clothes when you got Nike, you got Adidas, you got Polo, you know, you got Coach, you got Gucci, you got Prada. You know, those are all top tier brands that people respect and want to wear, you know, without you having to say, "Hey bro, check this out. Hey bro, look at this. Hey bro, feel the material." So, you know, you're up against a huge market in anything, you know. Even you as a, you know, being in a podcast, you know, there's plenty of podcasts out there. So now you got to get out there and get yourself known. You know, you want the views, you want to be recognized. You know, you want the sponsors. You know, because that's what's gonna, you know, push you forward and forward and forward. We do it for the community, but we also do it to try to get ahead in life as well. You know what I mean? So it's all about perseverance, man, and trying to go ahead and get ahead with, you know, if you got them desires and you got them goals. Hey,
I just see how much I could accomplish in 3 years. I'm like, shit, if I could do this, then I know that I can do so much more, because I feel like I got so much more life to live. You know what I mean? Definitely. And, you know, and I'm excited about that, bro.
As you should. You should, because, you know, you're a voice. You're a voice in the neighborhood. You're a voice downtown. You're being recognized everywhere. And that's great, because it gives not just you an image, but it gives Latinos an image of positivity. It gives, you know, your children something to look up to. You know, those other little kids who see you, who may have, you know, little issues and problems, they might look up to, hey, Mister, you know, because I see how they are with you at the DHDC. You know,
absolutely.
Remember?
Yeah,
so
no
I mean,
doubt about
I
it.
see that because I've seen it, you know, personally. You know, so, you know, for me, it's always been like, you know, I would love for my son to take that road. He did. He got involved with the shop for a little while, but now he wanted to make more money. You know, I can't pay him, you know, the money that he deserves. So he went and got a job, and now he's on a positive road, because he was kind of messing up for a little bit, but he's doing good now, real good. I mean, he's doing excellent. So, I mean, you know, him seeing all that has, you know, showed him that we ain't got to do all that stuff just to.
You know, sometimes, you know, our kids, you know, they want to live in the image of who we are or were.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
They hear all these stories as kids
Big
growing
time.
up. Oh, your dad was this, that. Your dad
Yep.
did this. He was good. He was this. He was that. And they feel like, well, I got to live up to that. I got
Right.
to be that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm my dad's son, so I should be like him. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's rough. You know, but I'm just glad he's doing well. I'm glad he's working. I'm glad he's not on no BS anymore. You know, he comes by to see me when he gets time because he works so much overtime. So that was my, desire to have him take that, that straight path versus the path that we took that led us,
Yeah.
to incarceration. You know?
Yeah, because there just really ain't no future in it. You know
Nah.
what I'm saying?
I mean, some guys get lucky. I mean, I'm not, hey, I don't knock no one's hustle. I'm not going to tell no one, hey, don't do that, don't do this. Hey, get into shirts. Hey, get into podcasting. You have to do what's right and exact for you, but there's consequences with everything, as long as you know that and, you're okay with it, then, I would hope that, our people would, lessen, the criminality and look for something more. But at the end of the day, some people look at it like, hey, I got to feed my family. I'm going to do what I got to do. We had that mindset.
Man, my family survived generations off the game. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. My dad,
we ate off the streets, bro.
My dad is 70-something years old, and he, that's how he survived. I mean, he had problems with addiction and everything, and he outlived, my mother, and, she wasn't nothing of the sort. But, that right there, passed on from him to her, because, they lived that lifestyle, from them to me. From me to my cousins, from my cousins to their kids, so and it's an ongoing thing, and I'm glad that I didn't have to see that take a part in my boy's life, and I give their mothers credit, I got to give their mothers credit because I was gone for 10 years, so one of them lives out far and the other one, he's out in Dearborn, but it's so easy for them to take that path and. Next thing you know how it is. You get caught in the system, bro. It's a wrap. It's hard,
and then you're influenced by your peers, your community, friends, things like that. But just ultimately, you are like the foundation and the source of knowledge and of what a man should be and conduct himself. Because, like, honestly, bro, like I'm the best I've ever been in my life, bro.
Ever.
I'm a good ass husband, bro.
Yep.
I'm a good provider.
Yep.
I'm a good brother. I'm a good son. I do my best, to be a good father, man. I just, my sons, bro, Victor and Emilio, they ain't talked to me since I've been home for 3 years. And me and my daughter,
the universe gonna make that way, though. It's gonna make that way for you.
And I believe that. I believe that. I'm just being patient.
Your desire for it's gonna make it happen.
And it's crazy because I hate that I wasn't there to raise my kids.
Right.
But then at the same time, I'm glad that I didn't, because had I would have raised them, I'd have raised them just how I was. And I would have just reproduced that into them.
Yep. And then you'd have been doing what you're doing, trying to tell them don't do it. And they'd have been like, well, nah, how you going to tell me not to do it when you doing it?
Yeah.
What you telling me not to?
Because I was the one putting shit in their diaper bags and car seats and, you know what I'm saying? So they was already part of the mission.
Yep, they was they was the cover up. They was what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's terrible now when I think of it. Even though it happened, that's what it is, what I'm saying? But it ain't what it is for me anymore, bro.
What's good is that you can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you at peace with yourself. Because you ain't trying to sugarcoat it. So.
And that's not what this show is about. That's not what we're about. Nothing about my life was politically correct. No. I do a total disservice to you if I'm just not honest about everything. Right. How will you learn? You might be going through some shit that I went through. And, by me being that real with you will hopefully, give you some insight, you know?
Hopefully. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Hoping to pass that torch on to someone else, hoping that someone can see that light in you, and it sparks something in them to say, you know what? Hey, let me try this. Let me go ahead and see if I can, do something different. Because, for me, when I hope to inspire someone, I don't hope to inspire them into doing what I'm doing. I hope to inspire them in general to just do better.
Absolutely.
If this fool went to prison twice and got out and is doing okay, then shit, I could do it too. Because it's true. We can all do it. it's just all on how you set your mind and, you know, your ability to sacrifice, or not even sacrifice, just to invest, you know, what you feel is right and exact to get ahead in your life, you know, because some things are more important to others. You know, some people might look forward to that weekend and going out and doing this, while others are saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to save and chill so that I can have this set up for next week and the next week and the next week. You know, some people want to save for vacations, you know, like I said, it's just different things for different, you know, different strokes for different folks. So, I mean, you know, for me, I'm trying to just save up and, you know, retire peacefully, man. You know, I would love to retire
Ain't no
peacefully.
doubt, bro.
Man.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm just trying to, like I said, maximize my potential. I mean, everything has been serving its purpose. It's been doing what it's supposed to do. Everything I do at work, everything I do at home. Yeah. My thing is bringing in the money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, you gotta have some money, man.
You gotta have finance.
You gotta have money, man.
You gotta have a financial.
Yeah. You gotta have 2-3 avenues of money coming in, bro.
I mean, I work at Chrysler, and I got a couple guys at work that are even taking up second jobs working at Chrysler, and they make good money. You know, they're up in the 20-something an hour. You know, they work overtime and they're doing another job, but it's because they want to make sure that their kids have a good Christmas. You know, and these guys ain't picking up a bag. They ain't doing none of that. They're just saying, hey, you know what? Instead of doing that, I'm just gonna go do this. You know, I'll go work at AutoZone part time. I'm gonna go work at Amazon part time and go get that extra hour so that I can do what I want to do with whatever it is that they're making their money for. Because if you busting your ass that way, then shit, do what you want to do with your money. You know, that's up to you. Whatever brings you pleasure. You know, whatever brings you joy. So, but I respect it. I commend it, because I'm like, shit, I gotta when I get off work, I got to go to my second job. You know, they're going to their second job. I mean,
yeah, no doubt about it,
know,
bro.
So, you know, there's never enough. You know, it's always
it's not, bro. It's really not, man. And you know, the price of life today, of living, bro, is
crazy.
It's high, bro.
It went up. Everything
I mean,
went up.
all the money I'm talking about, this shit going one hand and straight out the other. I get one whole check that pay the whole rent, and the second whole check pay all the bills.
There's certain states that are giving out some kind of like the tax, like some kind of money for the inflation. You know, inflation checks. I think it's like 5 states that just did that.
Shit, I hope Michigan one of them, because
Michigan's
I
not
need
gonna
me
be
in
one of
them.
them probably.
I need something.
I
Damn.
know, you know, yeah, and we all need help, man. We all need help. You know, it's just like I said though. You know, I try not to ponder on the problem all day. You know, oh man, I'm broke. You know, fuck that. I want to find out how I can make some money. You know what I'm saying?
That's where I'm at with it every day, bro.
You know.
I'm trying to figure out, do I qualify for some grants? You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
You know, season 4 is coming up. You know what I'm saying? Next year,
beautiful, man.
November 7th is gonna be my next episode, my last episode for the rest of the year, and then I'll be back. Like, I think it's January 9th. So I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna come back. Season 4, we're gonna be refreshed, have everything, you know, just a fresh start. I'm ready to, you know, level up in this shit. I'm gonna have some fresh
You're doing
merch.
good, man. You're doing real good, man. You know, you're doing your thing, man. I mean, all you can do is go up and up and up, as long as you keep up with, you know, keeping a different ingenuity all the time. You know, don't plateau yourself. You know, keep coming up with all these great ideas you're coming up with. You got the studio. I mean, you got a great engineer on your team. I mean, it's all the
skills we learned about your circle, the people around you, like,
who you
bro, since I've
with.
been home, bro, I fell off with a lot of people, not beef wise, but just universally, naturally. You know, it's just, I'm over here, you over there, and I've known you for 25, 30 years, but we just, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's almost like process of elimination, bro. I
haven't talked to a few of my family members because of that, because they just like, oh, you don't come around. I'm like, well, I'm busy. I'm tired.
Yeah, you know? I know. I had a 17-year setback. I'm trying to build a life for myself, and this is what's required of me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love my family. I love all my family. I'm busy, man. I'm building. I'm building, man.
Yep. And your mission should be important to you. You know,
it is,
and that's where it's at. You know, that's how I look at it. My mission to me is important. You know, and everything else is, you know, kind of secondary. But it's not that I'm being selfish for me, but I got to prepare myself. I gotta you know, make sure that I'm good in the future. You know, I gotta make sure that next year I'm okay, that I'm still eating, that I still got food on the table, that I still got clothes on my back. You know,
absolutely.
You know, and then everything else is secondary. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, you got to take care of you before you can take care of others, you know.
Jose, let them know where they can find you at, where the store is, the website, what you got for them, what it is, and what it ain't.
Detroit Forever is located 7421 Michigan Avenue, right on the corner of 51st. It's
Hell no,
yeah,
it's on 51st.
51st.
This guy don't even smoke no weed.
It's 51st. It's 51st in Michigan Avenue, man, right on the corner, 7421. The website, DetroitForever313.com. We deliver, man. We ship. Well, we ship. We don't deliver. We ship anywhere,
So we
you know.
deliver. I was going to say, you do.
Yeah, we print on site. So, I mean, you know.
Color coordinate with your J's, with your Yeezys, whatever.
Whatever you need, man. You know, you can put an order in. I get your shoe and your color coordination. I get it together for you.
Shout out to Serenity's Helping Hands. You know, you've seen the flyers. You got Detroit Forever on there. You got El Nino Podcast. She's having a Sweet 16 birthday fundraiser to stop domestic violence. You know, her and her mother are doing her thing. She's modeling. She's all over the city. Every time I look anywhere on Facebook, Instagram, she's there. She's doing her thing. She's definitely, you know, at her age, bro, taking care of her business. So shout out to her. Ofelisa, she's got an event coming up this coming Thursday at El Salpicon. We got the Barber Expo this Sunday on the 23rd at the DHDC, 1211 Trumbo. Come through for that. That's going to be dope. Bunch of local barbers are going to be there doing their thing. So, you know, Southwest, man, stand up. We representing. We doing our thing. Detroit all together. Love y'all. Thanks to everybody who been sharing, subscribing. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you guys next Monday.
Push that button.
9.
Push that like button. Push that subscribe button.
Yeah. Pew, 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 pew.